What is going on, guys? Aero here, and we are back again today with another episode of Drift Quickies, I believe is what I called this series. Today we have basically another S chassis. I know it's so shocking, but we have the 240 that I have built. It is pink. I understand this. This was intentional. Basically, I wanted something that was pretty much more similar to, I know you see more 240s than you would S chassis, I think, in the States and in North America, because I don't live in the States. I should have said that. But we're getting through our list here. A couple more cars left, I think like 5. I'm going to try to make it quick, because I know you guys really don't like these kinds of videos. You'd rather see like a full build and like all that shit. So, this is a missile. This isn't a full build of the car. I will do a full build of the car eventually. But this is just a missile car, no wide body on it or anything. So let's go into the nitty gritty. Tuning upgrade shop. So we're not going to go to Catalonia. We're going to go to, I have a section that I use for missiles. Stock powertrain. Obviously, everything's stock here. Did I add? Nah. So it's stock NAKA. For the Aero, I have this C-West thing on the front because I thought it looked kind of cool. I don't know. I don't think I'd like a whole kit with this bumper, but I was like, whatever. I'll just use the one bumper. It looks fine. Rocket Bunny wings, so I can put stuff on it, and then no Aero anywhere else. I know it's stock tire, and then I have a 215 on the back, and then I have a 215s all around, and then it's a rotiform something or other, I believe, on the car, because I wanted something with some dish. Rotiform USF, I didn't know the name, and I upped them to 17s front and rear. So drivetrain, I actually have to go through this. A sport clutch, sport transmission, stock driveline, and race diff, just because I wanted to lock the diff. I believe stock brakes, race suspension, stock anti-roll bars, a full cage, race cage, and then sport weight reduction. As for power, I'm pretty sure this is like almost fully built. Almost. So this is sport intake, stock intake. Oh, what the fuck? Sport air filter, stock intake, sport fuel system, sport ignition, a sport exhaust, race cams, because rev limiter, sport valves, race block, race pistons, race oil and cooling, and a sport flywheel, which gives us 289 horsepower. Wait, I'm a liar. Yep, 289 horsepower at just under 2,800 pounds. So let's go take this thing outdoor drifting. So what I normally do is I'll take this car to Catalonia school, but I don't think it have enough power for it. So I'm going to take it to somewhere where I like to test missile cars. So I'll see you there. So because I'm an idiot, I forgot to show you the tune. We're at Yas Marina. I'll show you guys this section in just a sec, but here's the setup. I'm actually going to take a little bit out of those rear tires. So to set up a missile, I'm still learning, but this is what I found works for me so far. A little bit higher in tire pressure just because you actually want the car to slide. When you're making a normal car, you want to tune it to grip because the build is what makes it slide. So the tune will make it grip, and then there's balance, and you know, I don't know if I did a good job explaining that. It's 4 in the morning. Super high gears because fuck it. A little bit negative cambered, again, just to get those rear tires to slip a little bit. I didn't touch toe because toe's scary. We might diddle with that while we're driving. Anti-roll bars, can't tune them. Springs, I keep everything at a standard ride height, and I don't slam it. I keep it at like what you would expect a missile car to ride at. And I don't know if they just have like cheap coils on them that you wouldn't bother slamming the car. So just for an overall look, I keep them a little bit higher. I felt like it drives fine too as well. So there's that. Again, pretty standard spring rates. Pretty standard damping. It's a little bit stiffer than normal. And then the next change is the diff, which we have locked or welded, as some people like to say. It's not truly a welded diff, but whatever helps you sleep at night. So basically, I might diddle around with the toe and the caster, but I'm pretty happy with the rest of everything. So I did not. Oh, I did apply changes. Took a pound and a half out of the rear tire. So, we are at... I tried to go into the fucking drone mode. We're at Yas Marina. We're at the hairpin, which I'm pretty sure you can get on many layouts, but this is just the full circuit, the full F1 track layout. And we're facing reverse. So, hopefully I don't spin, but this is the section that I like to run when I'm playing with missile cars. So, just huck it into this hairpin here. Went down from 3rd to 2nd. I don't really have a 50 roll because this car's really barely get up to 50. Run wide there. And then now you hang it out wide. Try not to stall like I did. And then this is where it gets fun. So you can run the wall there. Big flick transition. And then you just kind of run back. It's like, to me, it reminds me of a flat ground Road Atlanta almost, just because there's like a little loop and it gets tight and then it widens out again. But yeah, this is where I like to test my missile cars. You do need a little bit of power, but nothing crazy. Like this car, I feel like, I don't know why it's such a low PI, and I don't know why it's feels so like lazy and lackadaisical. But so I'm just gonna get a little bit more rear grip there, see if we can hold a bit more steady angle. But I don't know why this car feels so like much worse than my S14, because it's very similar. S14 is like 150 pounds lighter, but this car has more power, I believe. So I don't know why this is like mid C class, that's mid B class. Is this mid C class? Yes. Oh, it's mid to high C class. That made a huge difference. That made a huge difference, that little adjustment. But this section is so fun. I love it. It's not so much fun in a high power car because that little snap transition when you come out of off the wall. Most high power cars, at least the ones that I've used, do not like it. They get unhappy and either understeer and you lose drift, or oversteer and they just like oversnap and you die. So, but if you've never driven a missile in Forza, I don't know if you're new and watching this, haven't seen my other videos. Probably one of the most fun things that I've done in recent memory, other than getting back into competitive drifting. This just like, because it really challenges you as a driver. But honestly, it's not that hard. Okay, this part of the section is really all about momentum. Maybe in like a more high power car, you can just like rip the e-brake, but in missiles, I say missiles, you can have a higher powered missile. I just, you know, I'm using the term for YouTube hits. Give me your views. But in that part of the section, you really have to get your line right, because you can't really adjust with low horsepower and, you know, kind of shitty parts. But I don't know. I just really, really love this section. I honestly have been running this with my S14 for the past like hour, just because. And I was like, hey, I could record a video because I haven't done that in a while, and I suck. I'm a bad YouTuber. But yeah, it really depends on how you want to run here. I don't really have any like lines set up. This isn't my section. This has existed before I got to it. There you go. That's what I wanted. This has existed before I got to it. I'm just taking credit on saying it's a good track for low horsepower cars. I want to say Minty was the first one I saw do this, but I could be wrong. Let's see if we can go a little bit lower. Just a little bit lower. The stance is bothering me, and normally I don't say that out loud. So, but yeah, like I said, if for whatever reason you are a drifter and you've been playing this game and just doing points, and you want to really getting bored, and you want to do something fun, do this. Do this. I find this way more rewarding than driving a 100,000 horsepower. Like I have a Maserati that you guys may or may not know of, the Forza Edition Maserati, 1,000 horsepower. Good car, great car, not as fun to drive as this. And the 240 really, oh, can we do a double wall tap? No, we got close to that wall. And oh, we tapped that wall. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Good. Good. But I prefer this to like really high horsepower drifting. I understand like there's a place for high horsepower drifting, which is like points and competitive and keeping up with them speedy wheel boys. But honestly, this is just like so fun to me, and I could do this for hours and hours and hours. I'm just kind of disappointed that there's not really many other good sections for missiles. You know, I'm sure there's others that exist. But like, even Maple Valley, you can't really string corners together if you're running really low horsepower. I tried it in the rain. It's possible, but like, it's not as fun. This is the only section where I'm not like, oh man, I wish, you know, I had an extra 50 horsepower. This car does it easily every time. And if I make a mistake, that's the only reason why I can't string all the corners together. That's probably the only reason. That's probably the only bummer about running missiles in this game. I fucked that up. Is that you don't really have the environment to do them. But if you're willing to jump on with a bunch of friends and do some sections that maybe you have to make work, like I'm sure Catalunya is possible in this car, but you probably can't. Come on, brain. You probably can't string all the corners together. You know what I'm saying? You probably can't. Why am I J-Rock? Know what I'm saying? Jesus. But you probably can't string all the corners together, so you're like, alright, we're going to straight line here, and then enter here, and da-da-da-da-da. So if you're running with a bunch of buddies. Also, these cars are really fun to, if you get online into a points lobby. I'm sure if you guys have been in points lobbies before, there's that guy. There's the guy that's running a mid-R class S15 that for whatever reason has a microphone and only talks to himself. And it's like, oh my god, look at all my points, I'm so good, even though like he's barely beating anybody. And usually I'll pull out my S14, and if I beat him by a lot, he goes, wow man, and they try to start some shit because, you know, points drifting is everything. Couldn't see me rolling my eyes there, but I did. Then you pull this thing out and you beat them again, and they just like rage quit. It's so fun. It's my favorite. That and getting close to people, not necessarily like hitting them, but getting close to them in tandem as we're points drifting, and then they freak out and like, oh god, he's gonna hit me, and then they spin off. That's my other favorite thing. I kind of wanted to make a video about that, but I'm gonna end up hitting a lot of people by accident, and I don't want to, you know, only show one clip where I do the thing, and then there's 10 where they either don't get phased or I hit them. But that might be a one-off video. I was going to make it a series, but I might make it like a one-off video. You know, just spitballing. But yeah, the tune's good. If you want to copy it, go for it. I would prefer if you downloaded it off my storefront, just so I can get, you know, where'd you get that cool tune from? You're like, oh, that Aero man. He makes the YouTube and he does the stream. He likes penis. You're like, what? You're like, oh no, don't worry about it. Just do that YouTube thing. Yeah. But car is a lot of fun, and as always, I'm going to show you a run from outside the car here, maybe, probably, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So, I've been asking, what would you like to see me do, even though I know full well that I'm only going to do cars from the list. So, I will read you the list. So, in the list, I have a C5 Corvette, a XB Falcon, which is my old comp car from Forza 4, that I tried to remake in this game. I think it needs a little bit of tweaking. EF Civic, I think it's an EF Civic, which is a meme. I'm going to redo the Hoonigan cars because I'm not really happy with the way mine are set up right now. So, those are coming in a separate video. My Maserati, my competition, quote-unquote Maserati. FC, with the original, the stock rotary engine. V8, S13, and then a Volvo 242. That's what I have in my list right now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cars left. Not including the several Hoonigan ones that I want to redo. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know out of that list what you want to see. Give me a like if you didn't like. Subscribe if you're new and you like my garbage. And follow me on Twitch. I am way more active over there as of late, just because I'm, you know, it's more fun. If you follow me on Twitter, which I should have said, you would know why. But yeah, here's this car in action from a camera that does not suck. Thanks guys very much. I'll take care. I'll take care. You take care too. Peace. Jesus fucking Christ.